What's up? Welcome to another edition of Barton Makes Picks. I am Barton Simmons. This is Trey Scott. We are talking the Baylor Bears today. We're going game by game throughout the season. We're going to predict the schedule. We're going to tell the future.
Yeah. So I gotta say this. 2 years ago, Baylor goes 1-11.
Yeah.
Last year, before the season started, you were saying you saw big things in store for Matt Rule's program. I didn't really buy it. They went 7-6. You're clearly onto something. And if I'm a Baylor fan, I'm listening to what you have to say.
Okay. Well, look, the trajectory is pointing up. Let's see if they plateau this year. Well, we're not satisfied at 6-6, right? So let's get rolling.
Well, I can guarantee how that's going to start. The next few games.
Can we just get going at 2-0? I mean, it's Stephen F. Austin.
I mean, we can get going at spoiler alert, 3-0.
Yeah, they're going to Rice. They're not going to lose that.
Do you remember a few years ago when Baylor was a college football playoff contender and the schedule, the bad non-conference schedule was a big deal? It feels like 9 Baylor talking points ago. That's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad non-conference schedule.
But you know what? Where
around.
this program is at under Matt Rule, they're trying to get some momentum again, get some traction. They'll take wins anywhere you can get them. So 3-0, we're going to feel good about that.
All right, it's Iowa State time battle of two of the Big 12's best quarterbacks, Charlie Brewer versus Brock Purdy.
Yeah, and I happen to be really high on Iowa State this year. I happen to think that this is one of those teams nationally that's going to really make some waves. So this is a real test for Baylor. This is home. Mm-hmm. This is the first, as you mentioned, game of the year, really, that's actually losable. That said, I think Iowa State is a little further along in terms of building that program out. I think they're ready for the challenge, and that's a, 3-1?
Yeah, 3-1. Now you take your real first true road trip to Kansas State because at Rice doesn't really count. What do you think?
Yeah, this isn't, I mean, the Big 12, there's not a lot of easy games.
No.
There's other than Kansas, you got to kind of show up every game, and certainly Chris Kleiman's capable. With year one inheriting a pretty strong culture, but I don't see it happening, so I think Baylor wins that one as well.
Yeah, 4-1, bouncing back. Texas Tech.
Texas Tech has got some pretty good athletes on offense.
Yeah.
But Baylor, the way they've recruited and developed defensively, I think they can match up really well. And again, we're talking year one with Matt Wells. They're not going to be ready for a year 3 version of Baylor, I don't think. So that's a win.
Yeah, so you're 5-1 if you're Baylor. Now you go to Oklahoma State, and it feels like there are about 5 schools that are kind of contending for Tier 2 status in the Big 12 right now, behind Oklahoma and Texas. These are 2 of them. Big game.
Yeah, and I would bet at 5-1 right now that they're probably knocking on the top 25 door.
Sure.
You know, there's some again, maybe some votes. So this is an important game. This is a big game for Oklahoma State, too. I think this is one of those, it's a bit of a toss-up, and I like Mike Gundy to figure out a way to win this one.
I'm not loving that one. 5-2, bye. West Virginia figures to be pretty bad this year.
I don't see it with West Virginia this year. I think Neil Brown's got a challenge on his hands, so that's a win.
6-2, going bowling. Don't take that for granted. At TCU. No love lost there.
No, and Gary Patterson this year is one of those seasons, I think, with the skill talent they returned. They got the Kansas State transfer, and Alex Delton kind of can take care of the football a little bit more, don't turn it over quite as much at quarterback. I think TCU is going to be really good. I got them winning this game.
6-3, and we talked about those top 2 Big 12 contenders, Oklahoma and Texas. Now you're playing back-to-back. You have both at home at least, but Oklahoma first up.
Yeah, I don't want to be dismissive about this because Baylor could certainly beat Oklahoma.
But it's guaranteed to them 2 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're capable. I mean, this is Oklahoma can lose a lot of games in the Big 12 too this year as well. Well, I should say a lot of teams in the Big 12 are capable of giving Oklahoma a real test. I think Oklahoma wins this one though.
6-4, limping Texas. Do you have a surprise in store for me here?
Baylor's going to beat somebody really good, and Texas is really good. Texas has got a tough back-end stretch. They always do.
Baylor has a tough back-end stretch.
And then Baylor's going to get one of them. I think Baylor wins this game against Texas. That one's in Waco. That place is going to be really excited about that opportunity to pull an upset. Spoiler, I think that they win.
Well, they finally snapped their 3-game losing streak. 7-4. We talked about easy chances in the Big 12. Not many that you can come by at Kansas. Maybe I'm selling Kansas short.
I don't think you are.
Okay.
I'm not there yet with Kansas. 8-4 for Baylor. So 1-11, 6-6, 8-4.
Yeah, maybe you win your bowl game and get 9 wins. I love it.